Today I don't have anything on my mind. I'm just gonna talk and yap and express. Right, this is the spot where I decided that I'm gonna change my whole life around. And what happened was 3 years back. That's when I was 17. Right, I was 17 at that time, and I was at this spot currently. I don't want a name, but I was at this spot. I was watching Prakhar's live stream, and he was basically reacting to Osho's one of the Osho's videos, and in that video, Osho says something like, "We are all diamonds. We think ourselves that we are rocks. Think ourselves as we are rocks, but we are diamond ourselves. But we think that we are rocks. We think that we are not connected to the higher being. We are not connected to the higher being, and we try everything in this life to be able to connect to that higher being. What Osho says basically, right? That we think ourselves as not even closer to God, right? He says that we think ourselves as inferior beings. We think ourselves as not someone that is connected to God. We think ourselves as someone that dropped from God. Osho says this is not the case. You literally have God within yourselves. And that's when my life changed. From then I didn't even realize that I was moving towards something better, something very great in my life. 2 years ago I was at lowest. I wouldn't say the lowest, but I was at a very low point of my life, because there was some things that were happening around me, and at that time I had realization that I didn't have the power, I didn't have the capacity to change, I didn't have the capacity to change anything within my reality. That's when I watched that Osho's video, and it literally changed everything. It literally made me where I am right now. It literally made myself that I'm talking to right now. It literally made the person that I am right now. One of the key takeaways from that video was, you are not ordinary, you are extraordinary. Right, we are all extraordinary. We think ourselves as ordinary, we behave ourselves as ordinary, and then we try and then we try everything in this world to be extraordinary. You have to understand that you are not ordinary, you are extraordinary. But that does not mean you're better than someone else, because everyone else's extraordinary is very different from the way that you are extraordinary. You have to understand what your strengths are. You have to understand what your talents are. When I came across that video, that's when everything changed. Right, and then I actually tried to find out what my talents are, what is something that I'm very passionate about, and then I just went all in with everything that I've got. I had nothing to lose, and shit really happened. That's when I thought it all begins and ends here. If you think you're ordinary, you will behave ordinary. If you think you're extraordinary, you'll move differently. You'll move. Not even the winds can stop you. Not anyone that gets in your way will stop you. Nothing can stop you at that point. Not even yourself, not even your own mental issues. If you think you're extraordinary, you move differently. You move like someone who has nothing to lose. Think yourself as extraordinary. That doesn't mean you're better than anyone else. That doesn't mean you're better than your average man. You have to move with the mentality like that. When you think yourself as you're ordinary, you're not meant for bigger dreams. You're not meant for something that is actually bigger than yourself, bigger than where you are in life. Think yourself as extraordinary. Everyone else is extraordinary, right? Find out what you're good at, find out what you're passionate about, and then go all in. You have nothing to lose. When you move from the fact that you have something to lose, you'll take a step back. There's a saying that goes like, burn your bridges. You have to burn your bridges in order to be great. You have to burn your bridges in order to move. You have to burn your bridges in order to be so fucking locked in that nobody else can stop you, nobody else can come in the way. You need to have this mentality that you are built for something great. You're not meant to live an average life. You think you're ordinary, you'll always be ordinary. Be extraordinary. Move differently, man. You need to move differently. Have trust in God, have faith in God. Believing in God will take you to places that you can't even imagine. right? You need to believe, you need to have faith in yourself and the man upstairs. You need to have faith, you need to have faith, you need to believe. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. If you don't love yourself, nobody else will love you. If you don't respect yourself, nobody else will respect you. You are extraordinary, you are meant for great things. You're not meant to live this average life filled with distractions. You're meant for something great, you're meant for something much more bigger. God has made you with a purpose. Find that purpose, follow that purpose, get out of this mindset of scarcity, move with the place that you're built different. I think I've poured my heart out on this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, peace out.